It was literally, it was a nightmare all over.
You won't say his name. Nick Gordon is who you're referring to.
I won't say his name.
Have you ever wondered if there's more to a tragedy than what meets the eye? In a story that has haunted headlines and left fans questioning everything, the line between truth and conspiracy has blurred into something almost unrecognizable. From whispered rumors to explosive claims, every piece of evidence hints at an intricate web of secrets. Secrets that challenge our understanding of a family once adored and a legacy forever tarnished. In the early days before the storm of controversy broke, there was a time when the glimmer of fame illuminated a promising path. Yet beneath that sheen lay a narrative riddled with unanswered questions and unusual coincidences. It all started with a series of events that seemed to defy logic, a pattern so eerily similar in different tragic moments that many couldn't help but wonder. Could these be mere accidents, or was there a darker force at play? The stage was set by an iconic family whose every move was scrutinized by the relentless glare of the media and the curiosity of the public.
You walk through that door and you see her much like you saw Whitney.
As the layers of this perplexing story began to peel away, unsettling revelations emerged. Claims and counterclaims flew back and forth, each one adding another twist to an already convoluted tale. Eyewitnesses recalled scenes that were almost too surreal to believe, with details that suggested an orchestrated sequence of events rather than random misfortune. These were not the isolated mishaps one might expect from everyday life, but incidents marked by a precision that hinted at a deliberate plan, a design so intricate that even the most skeptical observers were forced to question the official narrative.
He was the only one there with both situations, with my ex-wife and with my daughter, and they both died the same way. And I take my part, and I take it hard for me even being a part of it.
The more the public learned, the deeper the intrigue grew. Rumors began to circulate about a central figure whose involvement had always been hinted at, but never fully explained. His name was mentioned in hushed tones, always with an air of disbelief and speculation. Allegations ranged from direct involvement in orchestrating events to being the unwilling pawn in a larger, more sinister game. Testimonies from those close to the situation painted a picture of a man caught in a web of power, secrets, and tragic coincidences. The narrative grew even more complex as conflicting accounts surfaced, each detail overlapping with another, making it nearly impossible to separate fact from fiction.
The same thing that happened to my daughter is what happened to Whitney. There's only one person that was around both occasions.
New evidence started to surface at an astonishing pace, turning old theories on their heads and igniting fresh debates among both fans and critics. In recent months, investigative reports have brought forward details that were previously dismissed as mere rumor. Documents emerged that hinted at conversations and meetings held in secrecy, and anonymous sources began speaking out about the inconsistencies they had observed. What was once a quiet murmur in the background of public consciousness now roared to life, demanding attention and prompting a re-examination of every moment leading up to the tragedies. In one particularly chilling instance, a series of recorded interviews hinted at conflicts that many believed had been carefully concealed, a struggle so intense and personal that it left no doubt about the high stakes involved. With every new piece of evidence, the narrative shifts once again. Analysts have begun drawing connections between seemingly unrelated details, small clues that, when pieced together, form a puzzle that challenges even the most seasoned investigators. For instance, the timing of secretive meetings, the rapid succession of events, and the overlap of personal relationships all suggest that there was more at play than mere coincidence. Even the subtle shifts in behavior observed in those closest to the situation hint at a deeper, more disturbing reality. This is not just about isolated incidents. It is about a continuum of events that, when viewed as a whole, seem to point toward a coordinated effort to manipulate the truth.
Including their... And Brown is pointing fingers tonight about the tragic loss of his daughter, Bobbi Kristina.
As the investigation continues, one cannot ignore the emotional toll on those left behind. The family's legacy, once defined by its brilliance and public adoration, now stands overshadowed by a cloud of suspicion and grief. The once celebrated milestones have been replaced by somber anniversaries, and an enduring sense of loss. Every new development in the case has brought fresh waves of public outrage and media frenzy, each report adding fuel to the fire of an already volatile situation. The enduring question remains, how could such a beloved figure, surrounded by promises of prosperity and love, be pulled into such a downward spiral of mystery and tragedy? And more importantly, what does this say about the nature of fame, power, and the hidden costs of a life lived in the spotlight? Reflecting on the broader implications of these events forces us to reconsider what we thought we knew about celebrity, loyalty, and the often unseen battles that play out behind the glamorous facade. This isn't merely a story of scandal or personal tragedy. It's a cautionary tale that challenges our assumptions and compels us to look beyond the surface. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that sometimes the most dazzling lights cast the darkest shadows. As the investigation continues and more voices speak out, one thing becomes increasingly clear. The legacy of this family, marred by controversy and unanswered questions, will continue to haunt the public conscience for years to come.
People said to me, the one thing that they heard over and over again, that you were the one that led Whitney to heavy use.
So, as we stand at the crossroads of fact and speculation, we're left with an open-ended mystery that beckons us to question everything. Is it possible that a single individual could have orchestrated such a series of events? Or was there a larger, more powerful force behind the curtain, manipulating outcomes and bearing secrets for reasons we can barely fathom? The final pieces of the puzzle may still be hidden, waiting for a breakthrough that could finally bring clarity or plunge us further into uncertainty. In the end, this isn't just another headline or a fleeting rumor. It's a story that challenges us to look deeper, to question what we accept as truth, and to never be satisfied with easy answers. Every new revelation serves as a reminder that behind the glittering facade of fame, real human lives are affected by forces far more complex and disturbing than we might ever imagine. And as we try to piece together the fragments of this narrative, we are compelled to ask ourselves what really lies beneath the surface of the tragedies that have shocked us all. The unanswered questions, the conflicting testimonies, and the lingering doubts form an unsettling tapestry that leaves us with more questions than answers. Is there a hidden agenda behind these events? Were the coincidences too perfectly aligned to be dismissed as mere chance? And most haunting of all, if someone was responsible for orchestrating this tragedy, what motive could be so compelling, so desperate, that it demanded such a drastic intervention in the lives of those we once celebrated? These are the questions that continue to echo in the wake of this enduring mystery. They remind us that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, and that in the pursuit of clarity, we might be forced to confront a reality that is more disturbing than any tale we could ever have imagined. The legacy of this story is not defined by the glitter of public adoration, but by the shadows of secrets that refuse to fade away. It challenges us to look past the surface and to engage with the uncomfortable truths that lie hidden in plain sight. What do you think lies beneath these layers of mystery and tragedy? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation and search for the truth together.